What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. On today's video, I have a lot of a throwback video with the IQ Tour Emerald. So if you guys like this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell. As always, if you like this jersey, go to coolwig.com, use my promo code Napoles10. That'll get you 10% off your entire order. And down below in the description, there's gonna be a link to my Discord as well as my Patreon. And there's also gonna be a link where you can order anything bowling related, anything at all. It's the best way to help support the channel. So, the IQ Tour Emerald, not a new ball by any stretch of the imagination, which is why it is a throwback review. But I've had this one for like 6 months now, thrown it on occasion here and there. Never reviewed it because I didn't want to review old balls. But last couple weeks, I've been throwing this particular one a ton. So much so that I ordered a new one that's on the way. Jim, thank you so much for that hookup. I super appreciate it. It features the same C3 centripetal core that's in all the IQs. IQ Tour Pearl, Tour Solid, Nano Pearl, IQ Nano, all of them. They all feature the same core. In 15 pounds is an RG of 2.49, which is very low, and a max differential of 0.29, which is on the lower end, or actually kind of dead in the middle. So it's gonna be a ball that's gonna get into a roll very early, not hook a whole lot, be very controllable. Like kind of describing the IQ Tour Solid, but this one, instead of being wrapped around that R2S Solid that the IQ Tour Solid is, it's wrapped around the R2S Pearl that comes out of box at a 1500 grit polish finish. And this has been like my ultimate game 3, game 4 ball. Keep the ball in front of me, shape it when I need to. I mean, it's R2S Pearl, it's going to be good. And then the scent on this one is melon mint, which smells pretty good. And I like this emerald color with the gold. This is just a good ball. There's nothing I can say. This ball's been around for a long time. It's been discontinued, but it's still very highly sought after because of that. The layout on this one is my typical 50 by 4.5 by 30 layout that I've been putting on pretty much every symmetrical ball. So let me know down below in the comments if you guys have an IQ Emerald or if you've had any IQ, which one of them is your favorite and why. My personal all-time favorite IQ is the IQ Tour Solid, and this Emerald would probably be number 2. And the fact that I'm still throwing it, even though it's discontinued, kind of goes a long way. So I'm gonna take you guys on the lanes now here at Samstown. The first half of the video, I'm gonna show you on a fresh, typical house shot on lane 2. And then after I get done on lane 2, I'm gonna go to lane 1, which I just got done comparing the Idol to the Idol Helios. So there is quite a bit of transition with some stronger equipment. And then I'll show you what it looks like on the burn as well as on the fresh. All right, first shot here in the IQ Emerald, and I'm gonna start a little bit straighter because it is shiny on a fresh house shot. All right, definitely like that recovery down lane, but it's still control. Let's see if I can get it more up the lane here. All right, Storm, if you're watching, Chad, if you're watching, whoever, please make another IQ Pearl. We need it. All right, I'm actually pretty surprised how good it looks on the fresh here, but it is Samstown. Oh, got that right. See, that strikes from there because of the weaker cover, but that was a pretty horrendous shot. So let's see if we can get the front 5 now. Good shots. That 710 that turned into a 10 was pretty unjust. I had the front 4, thought I threw it pretty good, kept it in the oil. But maybe this is another topic that we can touch on. Because this ball has a weaker cover stock, it's shiny on the fresh. When I get it right, it looks really good because it's gonna see that friction and go. But then I executed pretty well, kept it in the oil a little bit, went up the lane, kind of didn't have the drive that it has when you get it right. So maybe that's another conversation we can have at a different time. So I'm gonna get back on the lanes now, chase it a little bit left, create a little bit more shape, and ultimately, this ball's just good. Storm, please, I beg you. Give us another IQ Tour Pearl. Anything. Doesn't have to be a re-release of the gold ball. Doesn't have to be a 30. Doesn't have to be an emerald. Just something new. Something shiny. Please. Let's get back on the lanes. All right, gonna chase it in a little bit here to see. Just want to make sure I get it going right a little bit. This video is gonna turn into a video of me just begging for another IQ Pearl. let's just keep throwing good shots for this little throwback review. Good one. I think on the fresh, at least it looks better from straighter. So the next group of shots, I'll do it from a little bit straighter. All right, so before I make that move back right, I want to show you guys a shot from a little bit further in, like I'm going to be playing on the burn lane. So even though this ball is shiny and it is pretty quick down lane, it's still a very control piece to me. I don't see this as one of those like super angular balls like the Spectre or the Wolverine or even like the Phase 4. It's just in a class of its own, and if you've ever thrown an IQ anything, you know what that control that I'm talking about. So again, Storm, give us another IQ Pearl, please. So I'm gonna get back on lane 2, a little bit straighter again, go back to where I started before we get back on that burn lane on lane 1. All right, back in the Emerald, and I'm just gonna move back right to where it looks good on this fresher shot here. Yeah, on this fresh, it looks fantastic from straighter. I got that in. I got all this room right, and I want to miss in and fast. So let's just be better here. Like that. A little bit left off that, and I should be in the money zone here. All right, last shot on the fresh here before I get on lane 2, which is that burn lane. Good shot. Yeah, I think on the fresh it looks pretty good from a little bit straighter. When I tried to shape it a little bit, it didn't look as great. But again, it's about using the right tool for the right job. And if I'm gonna use this on the fresh, it's gonna have to be a little bit closer to the friction from a little bit straighter. And it looked fantastic. Now I'm gonna get on lane 1, I'm sorry, which again is the lane that I just reviewed, the Idol versus the Idol Helios. So I threw 30 to 40 shots plus a couple practice shots. So like, let's say 45 shots on lane 1 with stronger equipment being the Idol and the Idol Helios. So the IQ Tour Emerald can be like a little bit of a step down from those stronger balls when you need something to clear the fronts a little bit easier. And hopefully that's what it looks like over there. And then I will try to throw some shots from a little bit straighter as well. But ultimately, on lane 1, I am going to be from a little bit further in, shaping it a little bit more. All right, we're on lane 1 now on the burn lane from significantly further left than I was just at. So it just looks way better on the burn lane from here than it did on the fresh. So let's just keep making good shots here. I may not have to move right because this, like I said, looks pretty good. Hook. I got the front 4 from here, which is, see if we can keep this going. 8 more to go, guys. Oh. Oh, so lucky. Yeah, so like I said before, a couple of those shots, I may not have to move right because I think that it looks pretty fantastic on the burn. And I think that's why these IQ Pearls, and I say IQ Pearls because like the IQ Pearl, the gold one, the 30, even this Emerald, they're always so sought after. And I think it's because they look pretty good on the fresh from a little bit straighter, and then once there's a little bit of transition and you got to get left and bend it, it just keeps looking fantastic. All right, got the front 5 here. See if we can keep this going. Looks pretty good. All right, front 6 here. I haven't really moved, just like maybe a board total. See if we can keep this going now. Got it right a little. 7. Oh. Front 8 now. Starting to feel it here. I don't know, I just feel like when you're executing that well, the messenger just has to connect. I thought that was a pretty good run there, especially because of how far left I was and how much shape I was creating. Like, come on, messenger, you gotta freaking get there. But it is what it is. We'll get them next time is the way I see it. So now I'm gonna move back right on the burn lane to where I was on the fresh and see if that's still there. And if it's not, I'll just move back left because it's hard to deny how good it's been looking from a little bit further left. Again, for the 5th time this video, Storm. Give us an IQ Tour Pearl. Oh, no. All right, so this is where I was on the fresh on lane 2, which is significantly straighter. Let's see how this looks here. Little high. Let's move like a zone left off that and see how it looks. I think that looks pretty good, but I'm gonna keep going to that further left zone because that's where I did that big string from. Oh! Okay, so that might have been the dirtiest 9-pin I've ever left. Wow. All right, here, last shot of the video. Let's not 9-pin again. It's been looking pretty good. Oh! All right, we'll move in again, and this will be the last shot of the video here regardless. All right, so there's the throwback review for the IQ Emerald. We need more IQs with pearl cover stocks. The IQ Solid's good, but we need something a little bit cleaner with that same motion. We just don't have it. So thank you guys for the support. Until next time. Done.